Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to cross set. So I spent another 30 minutes on this puzzle. I can't even read this. What are we on to? 5-8? There we go. Have the background changed so I can actually read the level. Um, Obviously, I spent over 30 minutes doing the 8 puzzle last time, and then I said I'd just do it off screen, and that's what I've done. And I think that's probably going to be the way we end up doing it, unless it just we run into an 8 puzzle that's uh, really easy. Because frankly, it's just not worth the time. It's not worth making another episode, particularly since all my focus on doing these while doing these recordings is just focused on actually solving the puzzle, and that certainly doesn't uh, do much for me as far as other things. Like, I'm not adding anything episode to episode as we're doing these. It's so I want to just kind of have an accelerated experience. Now, almost all the time when I play games, I record 100% the coverage, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I skip. On rare occasions, I'll even cheat. I haven't cheated here, but sometimes I'll go get a save file or something if I've already spent an hour banging my head, or go look up a walkthrough. I don't even know if in today's day and age I really consider a walkthrough as cheating as much as just being efficient with your time. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start with this row, since that seems like a good one. We need a 1. There's multiple 1s here and here. We need a 2. There's multiple potential 2s here and here and here. We need a 4, which there's potential 4 here and here. And we need a 5, which there's only one 5 here. And then 6 is already done, and that's as big as we're going, so we'll take care of that. Next piece of information, I guess, would be to go in this column. Let's see, we need a 1, can't have a 1 here, can't have 1 here. We need a 2, which there's a 2 here and a 2 here, and I can't have a 2 here. So this has to be a 2. Alright, we need a 3, which there's a 3 here and a 3 here. And we need a 4, which there's a 4 here and a 4 here, so no good there. So next. I guess we'll just go down this row. Need a 1 here. This actually locks into that. And let's see, there's a 1. Well, this can't be a 6 because of this, or a 2, so that's a 1. We need a 3 now. There we go. And so we need a 5 and a 6. This is the only 6. This is the only 4. And I guess we'll start with this. 5's not right. Wait. So we have multiple 1s. Can't do that. We need 2s. Can't have a 2 here. Yeah, it could have a 2 here or here. 4s. There's a 4 here and a 4 there. And 5s. There's a 5 here and a 5 here. So nothing there. Nothing learned. This 2 makes this a 5. So we need a 3 and a 4. Correct? Which makes that 3. Which makes that 4. Good. There's 6. There's, let's see, 1s, 2s, 3s. So 3 here and a 3 here. 4. Let's look. Is this the only 4 in this column? Yep. and then 5. It's 5 here and 5 here. And 3. The only opportunities I think for 3 now are this. And so 2, a couple 2s here, and a couple 1s. Moving on, we need a 1 here. We can't have a 1 here, so there could be 1 here or 1 here. We need a I think we've done this column relatively recently, so it's probably not super efficient to do this one right now. We need a 3, could be a 3 here. Can't have a 3 here, and can't have a 3 here, so we'll do that. And then we need a 4, which could be either 1, and a 1, which could be either 1. So we'll move on. We need a 2. There's a 2 here, and a 2 here. Both are options. We need a 3. There's a 3 here, and a 3. Well, actually, this 3 says eliminates that as an option. This 3 eliminates that as an option, which only puts this as 3. Alright, now 4 could be that one or that one or that one. 5. Let's see. I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly, that's the only 5. So 4 has already been done though. So 4 and 1 makes this 6. And then 1, 2. Make sure we did that right. That was a little bit confusing. I think I made some mistakes there in the process. This 2 and this 6 makes this 1, by the way. And this makes this 4. This 4 here makes this 2, which makes this 6, which lines that up, which makes that 1, by the way. So that dumps these 1s out of contention. So 2 or 4, 2 or 4. This one can't be 4, so it could be 2, but it can't be 4, it can't be 5, it can't be 6, and it can't be 1, so that's 2. And then that leaves us with 4 here. I need a 5, which means that has to be 5, and that has to be 1. Here we need a 2, so that has to be that. And see, we're about to solve this. We may surprise ourselves on how quickly we do. Let's see. There's a 1, a 4 here, and not a 1 here, not a 2, not a 3, not a 4, just a 6. Very good. Next puzzle. Seems like the very good things are randomly generated, and or if they are based on a time length that we've that it takes to do the whole puzzle, they never bothered to tell us what an excellent time is, which means the game failed to inform us if that's actually a thing. We'll look here. We have plenty of 2s, so that's not going to work. Plenty of 3s, so that's not going to work. But a 4 might be the only 4 in this row. Does it help to start in the middle? I don't think so. If there is some logical reason why having more answers in the middle, it doesn't seem like I'd think. Not as the game is set up, not by the rules we're playing with. So 2 and then 5, and we need 6 too. So Let's start with this column. We need a 2, there's a 2 here and here. We need a 3, there's a 3 here and here. We need a 4, there's a 4 here and here. And we need a 5, there's a 5 there and there. And we need a 6, so nothing there was learned. We need a 1 here, there's a 1 there and there. We need a 2 here, there's a 2 here. And are there any other 2s? No, I don't believe so. Alright. So 3 or 3. 4's already done, so 5 could be here or here, and 6 could be here or here or there, and 1 is still an issue. So let's now go on this row, since this is where the latest change was made. 2. Let's see, is there only 1 here? Right, there is. Okay, so now we're at 3. There's multiple 3s. And then 4s, there's multiple 4s. And then 5 is the only option there. And then 6 is only there, so that leaves 4 and 3 here. And this probably might help a little bit to look up this one, but I'm not sure. 6 and 5 makes 2, and then that just leaves us with 3 and 4. And I guess our next move should probably be to work my way towards the left, so we'll see if we can get a 1 in here. There's a 1 here and 1 there. 2s? Any valid 2s? No. 3s? There's 1 3 here and 1 3 there. 4s? 4 and 5s. There's a 5 here and a 5 here, so yeah, that didn't help anything. I guess we could look at this again and see if this does something, and it actually does, because the 4 here and the 6 here makes this a 3, which then also makes that a 2, which also makes that a 5, which I think leaves us with needing a 4, which then makes that 1. Okay. And so, moving forward 3. This could be 5 or 1. I guess moving here, we need some 2s. And that's not gonna work. 3s. There's a couple 3s. 4s. There's a 4 here and there. 5s. Is that the only 5? Yes. And then 6s. Is that the only 6? Yes. And see, I kind of think maybe going backwards would help a little bit, but I bet it doesn't. So let's just go forwards instead of going like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. Let's go forwards to the next column. Alright, we have a need for a 2. There's 2 2s here. We need a 3. There's a 3 here. And a 3 here. And then we need a 5. But no, we've already got a 5. So 5, actually 5 and 1 tells me that this has to be 2. So bump that. And let's see. 6. There's a 6 here and a 6 here. And where should we go from this point? I guess we'll just do these rows. Like there's one that can't be here, a one that can be here, and a one that can be here. This 4 and this 6 tells me that this is actually 1. So now we need 3. There could be a 3 here or here. We need a 4. There can't be a 4 here. And there could be a 4 here. So I guess that makes that 4. And then that makes that 6. And that makes that 3. Alright. 6 and 2. 6 and 2 here tells me that's 5. That gets rid of that. So that means this has to be 1. And this has to be 5. And then 3, 4 and 5, or 6 and 2. Yes, 6 and 2 here again tells me this is 3, which tells me that this has to be 4. Alright. We can totally solve for this with the number 3. Alright. We have the option of a 2 or a 5 on either one of these right now, but this can't be 5, so it has to be 2. This 3 and this 5 makes that 2, which makes that 5. Alright, which then that makes that 6. And if that's 6, that means that's 1. That means we need 4. And that means that's 3. And that means that's 2. And that means that's 4. And we're done. Now 6x-3 here is gonna give me some help, assuming I don't make mistakes, which is kind of a big assumption. Let's see. This 6 locks that in. 7 and 6. Let's see. 7. Bump that one. 6 and 7 on this side. 5. Any 5s to bump? 3s. I'm looking for the simple things. The things that only have 2 options. That way I can eliminate them quickly. And no, I don't see any more simple options. So let's go down this column, this column, this column, and then we'll do this column, and this column, and then we'll do rows if we still haven't found something. So we need a 2, and we can't solve for that. We need a 3, and there can't be a 3 here, so that actually is already locked, which that helps. So still looking for a 3. There's only one 3 here. We need a 2, still an option for 2 on both of these. Actually, this has to be 2 because the 6 and the 7 are already eliminated, which then makes that 7, which then just leaves that at 4. Making sure all of that is correct. Dump that. We need a 1, and on this row, I think there actually is only one 1. So now we need a 2. There can't be a 2 here. Could be a 2 there. Can't be a 2 there. We need a 3. And I believe that's the only 3. And since it's still an issue with 2s, we need a 4. And nothing says no to 4s yet. And then we need a 5. And we've done something wrong. Nope, there's a 5 right there. Let's see. So now we need a 2 and a 4. There can't be a 2 here, so that has to be 2. And that has to be 4. And hopefully we haven't made a mistake. This makes that 2. And 7 and 2 are eliminated, making that 1, making that 4. Alright, 4 makes that 6. And do we have a 3 or a 5? Well, there can't be a 3 here, so this has to be 5, which makes that 3. And that didn't really help anything on these columns, and it's probably more efficient to look at these each as a row than it is to look at these each as a column, so we'll try it that way. First, we need a 3. There can't be a 3 here, so that's a 3. We need a 4, and that would be 4. Then we need a 5. Alright, we need a 5, which has to be that, and a 7. We need a 1. There can't be a 1 here, so that has to be that. We need a 4, which means that has to be that. And we need a 7. Next we need a 3. I think, yes. Oh, I've made a mistake. Somehow there's no 3. I think I see it though. This is supposed to be 3 instead of 2. So now we need a 2. Okay, let's say that's 2. Now, because I've made a mistake here, there's already a chance that I've ruined it so badly that I'm going to end up having to go back through all of this. So 1 and 4 makes this 5. That makes that 3. That makes that 2. So I'm either going to win in the next 6 clicks or realize I messed up. I need a 1, so that tells me that is right. I need a 6, which could be either one of these, but this one actually can't be 6. So 4, and then should succeed in this next click. And no, I didn't. So what am I looking for here? A 6? According to this column, yes. And what am I looking for here? A 4. So let's see if we can switch these two. Now, does that fix the problem? Well, sort of. Might as well just start unclicking things. Now, except for this 4 needs to be swapped with something else. And it can't be 2, so that means this has to be 6, which then tells me that this has to be 5, which then tells me this has to be 4, which then tells me this 5 has to be swapped for something it can't be, because there's no 5 in this row. So that's locked, which means that's locked, which means that's wrong. And so it's not 4, it's 2, it is 4, which means this is 5, which is 2, which means this is 4, which means this is wrong. What am I looking for here? A 1. So change this. I'm surprised I was able to recover from that, actually. Let's see if we can really quickly do 6-4. Yeah, right. Maybe, maybe not. It just kind of depends. Like, as I look here on this column, is there another 1? on this list anyway. No. So that fixes that. And then maybe 2s. Are there any other 2s? Yes. And then 3s. Is there another 3? Yes, there is. 4. Let's see. 4 here, 4 there, 5. 5 there, 5 there, 6, 6, 7. Is there another 7? No, no 7. Okay, now since the 7 eliminated the 4, are there other 4s, or is that the only one? Yes, still. And then 8s. Do I have any other 8s? And 9. There's 1, 9, I think. And then let's work our way back. 9, 8, 7, 6 is still there. 5s. Looks like there might only be 1 5 remaining. 4s, a couple 4s. And then 3s. There's only 1 3 left. And then 2. There's a couple 2s. And then 1 we've already got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think there's only 1 6. So that's quite a solution we found to start with. Now with these 3 by 3 squares here, this grid in the middle, they're actually making it rather difficult for me. And we have finally a proper Sudoku board here, a 9 by 9 grid. Except for we're still not following the rules of Sudoku, so that's not superbly helpful. Let's see. So what I want to do is look if there's any 1s here to toggle. Are there any 9s here to toggle? Are there any 8s or 9s here to toggle? 8s, 9s, or 7s now. This 9 makes that a 6. 8 9s are 6s. 8 9 6s are 4s. 5s, 2s, 1s, and 3s. So since most of these are just toggle numbers, a full row like this is actually going to be very useful. It's going to require less actual operations and calculations and tests in my mind to just figure out whether something's going to be helpful or not. This is 9. This is 3. This is 5. The 6 and the 1 I don't think we're going to be able to use. But the 4 I think we can go ahead and lock down because we need a 4 in this row. Alright. And now we can just start going this direction on rows. Like this 9 makes that a 6. This 2 we don't know. 2 and 8 we don't know. The 4 and 3 makes that a 3, making that an 8, making that a 2, making that a 5, making that a 7. Next, 7, 2, and 8, and we're looking for the 7 makes that a 1. This 2 makes that a 4. This 4 makes that a 5. That 5 makes that a 6. 7 makes that a 3. And that makes that 9. So we're looking for 3, 4, and 7. Here, 4 turns that into 1. 1 makes that 6, and that 9, and that 8, which makes that 2, which makes that 5. Next. Is it worth it to do the center line? Possibly, but possibly not. Let's just skip it for now. That's 5. No. We're looking for 8, a 7, and 9. And actually, I don't think I got anything from that. 5 makes this 4. 4. 5 also makes this 6. 6 makes this 9. 4 makes that 2. Making that 7, making that 8. Making that 1. Making that 6. Dude, good move. Let's keep the progress going. 3, 5, and 1. 3 makes that 7. And I'm not sure 7 helps anymore. We'll skip on to the next one. 6 and 5. 6 makes this 2. And then 2 makes this 4. 4 also makes that 2. There. And I think that's as good as we're gonna get on the rows, but now we have the columns to solve. 6 here turns that to 7, and 2 makes that to 3. We have an 8 and a 9 that I don't think we'll be able to figure out yet. Let's see, 1 makes this 4, and then 5 makes this 6, and then 3, and we don't particularly know this. We have to work our way around before we can start to fill in the middle. So go ahead and skip these 3 columns the way we're looking at it. We have a 7 here that makes this 5, and we have a 4 and a 6. And an 8 and a 6. Well, I need an 8, and we already had a 6, so that's 4, and that's 8. We can go look again and see if a 1, 7, 5, 8, 3 helps anything. And the 8 does change this to 6, which then changes that to 2. The 8 also locks that down as 9, making that 4. Let's just double check this. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. I was just a little bit concerned I made a mistake there. Let's see. Now we're looking for 4, 3, 6, 2, 5. 3 here makes us 7. 3 here makes us 9, making that 1, and making that 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so now we just need to calculate of the 3 numbers here, which are the right ones. Here we're missing a 1, a 3, and a 7 in this column. Here we can't be 1 and we can't be 3, so this has to be 7. Alright, moving on. Here we're missing a 2 and a 5 and a 8. 2 and 8 are here, so this is 5. And if we just go this way to be a little bit quicker, we can tell we need a 4 here. Next, we're now missing a 1 and a 3. And the information that comes back doesn't actually help any. And this 3 here makes this 1 though, so this makes this 3. And so let's go down this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got it. So we now just have a 2 by 2 grid to calculate. We're missing a 1 on this row and a 7. No, an 8. So there's a 1 here, which tells me this is 1. Sorry, going the wrong way. Making this 8. And now we are missing a 2, which is this one, and a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we did it. Level 7 revealed. And so we're slowly making progress towards the end here. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but that's fine. Frankly, a lot of times when I play puzzle games that I get off Steam, you get them so cheaply that you're not really surprised when they're super short, but they are extremely short. I've seen, when I do occasionally get a game on Android, there's a higher chance, just a little higher chance of them having a lot more puzzles, particularly if you're talking about some of those Rovio, like Cut the Rope or Angry Birds style games where they really have a name behind their product and want to continuously add things. Even the awful cheating game Candy Crush gives you a non-stop amount of puzzles so that you spend money trying to beat those puzzles, which, by the way, you can't. I've actually even cheated and hacked the game, and you still can't beat the puzzles half the time because it's working against you so much. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.